I'm Julianne Zimmerman, Managing Director with Reinventure Capital, based in Boston, Massachusetts. We have a fund based here in the States, investing here in the States, in companies led by people of color and/or women. We invest across sectors in companies that can grow profitably to become economic engines. Our impact objective is to begin to break the persistent asymmetry in access to capital for overlooked founders, to grow companies that create value for their stakeholders and for their investors. The Reinventure Fund is brand new. In fact, we are currently raising our fund, so we don't have a portfolio yet. My senior partner, Ed Duggar, has a tremendous track record, but rather than talk about his experience, I'll share with you a little bit of mine prior to Reinventure. Before Reinventure, I co-founded a seed stage venture practice in which I made 4 investments that had impact specifically in energy, water, food, and health. Those investments are, all 4 companies are still alive and operating, and I am very proud of each and every one of them. And also, it's unheard of for anyone to bat 1,000. Seed stage investments do not have those kinds of success rates. So at some point, I'm expecting that one or more of those companies will fail. However, for the time being, 4 years in, almost 5, those companies are all alive and operating. They are all delivering value in their target segments, again, whether that's energy, water, food, or health. And I'm really, really proud of those founder teams for the progress they've made at commercializing their innovations. Unfortunately, the biggest activity, or the most frequent activity, let's say, that any investor undertakes is saying no. We say no to the overwhelming majority of teams we meet. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your business doesn't have great potential, or that your business model doesn't have merit, or that the impact you aim to create isn't important and valuable. Generally, it means that it's not a fit for our investment approach. And the simple fact is that every investor is looking for investments that are a fit for their approach. So you will hear no an awful lot. In fact, you will hear it hundreds, if not thousands of times. When you hear no, it's important for you to understand what that no means. So again, ask the investor you're meeting with if there's someone else you should talk to whose investment approach or thesis is more aligned with your objectives and your business model. You should also ask them if there's any illumination they can cast on why they said no. Is there anything they can point to that you could improve or clarify about your pitch or about your business model that might be enabling for future investment conversations? Not all investors will give you that kind of feedback, but when they do, it's very valuable. It gives you greater understanding of how different investors view the pitches they receive. And you will receive very different kinds of feedback. Some investors will like things that other investors will dislike. Some will pick out something they feel very, very strongly about that nobody else mentions. And the key thing for you is to take that in and make sense of it in the whole. Don't react too strongly to any particular piece of advice, but collect it together and look at the pattern. Figure out what you can make of the net input you receive to sharpen your business, to sharpen your pitch, and to be more effective in future conversations. The key thing for you as an investor is to be constantly testing your assumptions, your expectations, and looking for ways that you can make smarter, more astute, more effective decisions and actions at each step. So as you meet with investors, use the feedback they give you, ask for that feedback, and use that feedback to gain insight into the mindset, the perspectives of the people you're meeting with, so that you can be more effective in the way you approach them. As an entrepreneur, you are going to hear no a lot. I have been a co-founder myself, and I have heard no hundreds of times as a co-founder. Now, as managing director with Reinventure Capital, as we're raising money, of course, we also hear no hundreds of times. That is part of the process. Don't be discouraged. Don't take it personally. Use each of those no's as an opportunity to learn something about where there is and is not alignment with your business. And wherever possible, ask investors who turn you down if they can give you any feedback about why or what you could improve. You'd be amazed what you might learn in that process, particularly as you put together the pattern of different kinds of responses you get.